Welcome to the Schaefer Center, home of the Southwestern Assemblies of God University Lions and Lady Lions here in Waxahachie, Texas. Tonight, both teams play host to the Our Lady of the Lake Saints from San Antonio. The Lady Lions face a crucial matchup to stay in contention for the 8th and final spot in the Red River Athletic Conference postseason tournament. Meanwhile, the men's magic number is just 2 to clinch the #1 seed in their postseason tournament. It's doubleheader action coming right here on SAGU Sports Live. And welcome courtside here in the Schaefer Center. Rob Pricer along with my partner Tim Roberts. And Tim, tonight it's a big doubleheader action with Our Lady of the Lake, a strong squad both on the men's and women's side. For the men, if they win, their magic number would drop down to just 1. For the ladies, they need a big win to stay in contention essentially for the 8th spot in postseason tournament play.
Tonight really is a tale of two seasons. You have the Lady Lions fighting to stay in contention to make the postseason, and the Lions trying to make their postseason go well beyond where it usually does into Kansas City for the NAIA National Tournament. Huge matchups tonight. Doesn't get any bigger than this in late February in NAIA basketball, to say the least.
This is interesting. Now, the Lady Saints have a 26-2 record. As you pointed out in the pregame in our comments, they're ranked just number 21. So playing with maybe a chip on their shoulder, perhaps. I mean, 2 losses and you're number 21. They have a lot to prove still, apparently. They're 19-2 in the conference play. Meanwhile, the Lady Lions, 9-18 overall and 5-14, clinging to that 9th spot. With a win today will tie them with Bacone, right?
Yes, and they're coming off a really nice home win against Northwood, a game that was back and forth throughout the first half, and then just really powerful offense, some of the best offense we've seen in a season or two. Broke out, they started finding multiple ways of scoring, pushed that lead up, won by 23 points, their largest margin of victory on the season. So a little bit of momentum in the wings of the Lady Lions as they take on the #1 ranked Lady Saints. Well, let's go courtside now where Bianca Arakan is standing by with head coach of the Lady Lions.
Thanks, guys. Now, Coach, going through the season without 3 of our starters this year, the girls have really proved themselves. They fought the good fight. It's been said before that they're a fearless team that is not afraid. Do you think that that's the mindset going into tonight's game?
Oh, I know it is. I was just telling the girls, you know, this is a great challenge tonight. Our Lady of the Lake's #1 in tied for first place in our conference, and they're also number 18 in the nation. It's a great challenge, but it's also a great opportunity, and that's what we're looking forward to.
Now, just like you said, they are the #1 seed in the Red River Athletic Conference. What is it going to take to win?
Well, we hope to, you know, we just got to really get on the boards against them. They got a big number 13, 6'4" in the middle, and she's a big girl too. And they're really a nice ball club. We just got to play hard, take good shots, and, you know, it'll all work out for us. I think we'll do well tonight.
Thanks, Coach, and we're hoping that the girls really seize the opportunity tonight. Good luck in tonight's game.
Okay, thank you very much.
Rob and Tim, back to you.
All right, thanks, Coach Beatles. Thanks, Ms. Bianca. Now let's look at some key players for tonight's game. Lady Saints are stacked. They have to be with 2 losses on the season. They got some players who can fill up the hoop.
They have a complete roster, but looking at the main 3, Nashay Owens leads the way with 15.7 points per game for the Lady Saints. Behind her, you have Chelsea Solis. She is a dangerous threat from beyond the arc. She's knocked down 68 three-pointers this season. That can be huge in tonight's game when you're facing a team like Lady Lions facing them in a game where definitely on paper, Lady Saints are the better squad. If you can start putting up three-pointers one after the other, get the Lady Lions behind early, you can really just deflate them. And lastly, you heard Coach Beatles mention her a second ago, Trinisha Solomon, 6'4" senior from Sacramento, California. She leads the team with 7.2 rebounds a game, and it obviously gives the Lady Saints a decided height advantage against the Lady Lions tonight. Cassie Cox is going to have her hands full going up against Solomon. How about the Lady Lions?
They do have 2 players over 6 foot, but I think the battle is going to be the guard play. Now, we noticed something in the stats from the last time they played. the Lady Lions turned the ball over 38 times compared to just 21 for the Lady Saints. And that's just going to have to get pulled down dramatically. And I believe it's going to be the 3 guards, one off the bench. And your starters going to be Taylor Hill and Bethany Kroc. Drop those turnovers, and when they need a breather, Okivia Bratchett, a former starter now coming off the bench for Kroc, has got to keep the turnover rate low. I think we have a puncher's chance. We've out-rebounded in the last game 45-33, so I anticipate Hankins, I anticipate Cox, maybe even Griffin will take care of some business on the boards and handle their end, but if the guards have got to drop the turnovers and keep the 2 leading scorers, which are guards for the Saints, down below their average, which is Owens at 15.7 and Davis at 13. So if they can play good defense with the turnovers, you got a shot, a puncher's shot.
Well, you look at that last game, the Lady Lions lost 84-64 down in San Antonio, and like you said, 17 turnovers. That's 17 possessions that you gave away and gave the Lady Saints a scoring chance on, and you lose by 20. 20 is obviously not a close game, but when the turnover margin is minus 17 for your own team, that is a pretty significant. The fact you kept it within, 20 isn't striking distance, but 20 is close considering how many turnovers you had. So like you said, you cut that number down to a reasonable amount. And we've seen the Lady Lions do it a lot better. They've gotten so much better at handling the ball. You mentioned, of course, the rebounding abilities. Hankins obviously coming off a double-double, as well as Brittany Griffin. Interesting to see what she pulls off tonight. Has not seen a whole lot of minutes on the season, but came out hot on Monday night, hit some key shots. She kept on putting up points, and like I said, pulled down her first double-double of the season. Well, there you see it right there, the only thing that matters to the Lady Lions anymore, the race for the 8th seed. They are a half game behind the Baytown Lady Warriors. A win tonight would pull them into a tie, and I believe would give them the tiebreaker for that 8th seed with 2 games remaining. Jarvis is in action tonight, taking on LSU Shreveport. They're the biggest threat besides Baytown, obviously, to take that 8th spot. LSU Shreveport, obviously, right up there with the Lady Saints at the top of the Red River Conference.
The Saints lead this all-time series 6-2, winning 1-3 at home and then 1-3 in San Antonio. So Lady Lions have 1 win on the road, 1 win at home, but overall 6-2 deficit. The average margin of victory, Tim, has been 18 points, highlighted by a 27-point win in 2010. So Lady Saints have pretty much had their way in the most recent 4 or 5 years against the Lady Lions.
They've really developed as a great program. Obviously, last year they won the Red River Athletic Conference Tournament here on SAGU Sports Live. They are a very good team, returning a lot of seniors. Like I said, I already mentioned Trinisa Solomon, Alicia Crump, some very key seniors, Jennifer Davison, that are still on this squad. And obviously, we can't stress it enough, the Lady Lions storyline this year has been no seniors, no veteran leadership, a bunch of freshmen and sophomores stepping up and making some huge plays to keep them in contention. Well, we'll see if they can keep them in contention a little bit longer tonight. We're about a minute and a half from tip-off. Let's go to a commercial break and come back with starting lineups, national anthem, and the beginning of Game 1 of this doubleheader here on SAGU Sports Live.
And welcome back to the Schaefer Center. We're here on the campus of Southwestern Assemblies of God University in Waxahachie, Texas. We're about 30 seconds away from the prayer national anthem. Tim, what about Facebook tonight?
Got to check out Facebook. Obviously, as the season dwindles down, got all the highlights from the season. You can go relive them. The last one's, of course, just blowing up. You've got to see these. Some of the plays of the year, not just for SAGU basketball, I would say in the NAIA, we've seen unfurled here in the Schaefer Center. So be sure and like us on Facebook for all the latest updates, stats, and, of course, highlight videos. Let's go down to courtside now where we're going to have prayer and the national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please rise and remove your hats as we honor God in prayer. Then remain standing and face the flag as we honor our nation with the singing of the national anthem by Miss Kylie Boswick, the daughter of our men's basketball coach. Father, we praise you, Almighty God. We thank you for another day. Lord, we thank you for all the blessings in our life. We thank you, Lord, for everything that you do. Pray that we continue to follow your footsteps, Lord, and that we can shine your light to other people. Oh, God, I pray for these players and the officials. You protect them from injury, God. And I pray in the end, Lord, win or lose, they give you all the praise and glory. Father, I pray all this in Jesus' name, I pray. Amen.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
All right, good job. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the starting lineups for the Lady Saints. At forward, sophomore number 3, Mercedes Dobson. At guard, senior number 15, Nakia Davis. At guard, junior number 20, Chelsea Solis. At guard, sophomore number 22, Nashay Owens. And at forward, senior number 52, Alicia Crump. Head coach is Christopher Minner. And now the starting lineups for your Lady Lions. At guard, freshman from Waxahachie, Texas, number 13, Taylor Hill. At guard, freshman from San Antonio, Texas, number 22, Bethany Krog. At forward, freshman from Arlington, Texas, number 23, Jessica Sodich. At forward, junior from Welch, Oklahoma, number 30, Sierra Hankins. And at center, sophomore from Lumpkin, Texas, number 33, Cassie Cox. Head coach for Lady Lions is Arlen Beatles. Assistant coach is Corey Henry.
So there you have it. Lady Lions meet at center court, taking on what has been a juggernaut this season, the Our Lady of the Lake Saints. They've won 3 in a row coming into the Schaefer Center. They have their most recent setback was February 9th, a 2-point loss at home against Wiley, a team they're tied for atop Red River Conference. Matter of fact, both of their losses this year on the Red River Conference have come against Wiley. Matter of fact, that's the only 2 losses on the season. So Wiley has been the thorn in their side throughout the way. Tonight, they're looking to try to improve that ranking and get a run going into the tournament. Lady Lions, of course, are trying to find their way in. Cassie Cox meets with Alicia Crump in the middle for the tip.
And Cox loses the tip to Lady Saints. Lady Saints wearing dark blue. Southwestern Lady Lions in white and purple stripes. As Owens looks over Davis. Here's a three-ball shot. It's off the mark, but offensive rebound from Davis. Possibly got another 3-point shot. That one's good, almost from the same spot, Tim, and that's Chelsea Solis, a junior from San Antonio, Texas, connects on attempt number 2, puts Lady Saints up 3-0.
Mentioned her pregame. She has knocked down 68 three-pointers on the season. That's good for number 12 in the nation.
Hill will try a 3. Off the mark, but how about an offensive board from Cox? Puts it back up and in. And then bumps into the Hill on the way back. Nice, strong, smart play from Cox, the sophomore from Lufkin, Texas.
Solis again, she is not shy from 3-point range. She shot 3 already.
Right. Croc comes away with the basketball. She got a fast break on up ahead to Hill. Lays it up with the left hand and a foul. She'll go to the line. What do you think about the pace of this game? Do you think they need to speed it up or slow it down? If you're the Lady Lions for Coach Beatles, what's the What's the game plan for the speed of play that you want to see from your ladies?
Well, I mean, you definitely have to respect how fast the Lady Saints are, and again, how deep a lineup they have that they can get a bunch of fresh legs out there.
Right.
But you're going to have to play their way tonight. You're probably not going to be able to dominate them enough to make them switch out of their game plan. Your goal is just to find a way to run with them and stay close.
And Davis runs right through the Lions defense like it was butter, and she puts it up easy. Bucket. Nakia Davis, she's a senior, one of the 3 seniors for the Lady Saints.
Brock somehow keeps control of that, but a bad pass just comes out of Cassie Cox's hands wrong. Goes out, and it's a turnover for the Lady Lions.
Check that, 4 seniors for the Lady Saints. Nakia Davis, a 5'2" guard from Rancho Cordova, California. A transfer from Sacramento City College.
You already mentioned it, of course, but Lady Lions committed 38 turnovers last time these two teams met.
There's a steal from Kroc. Hill comes away with it. She's got numbers. So it's left side. Short jumper, no good. Rebound. Our Lady. You hate to see those points go off the board.
Yeah, you don't want to miss those fast break opportunities. We saw that happening Monday night a little bit against Northwood. Didn't come back to bite them. Trust me, it will come back to bite you against Our Lady of the Lake if you don't knock down those layups.
Connects from the wing. That's a 3-point shot. It's good. It puts the Lady Saints up 8-4. Now some full court pressure. Hill in trouble. Again, no 10-second rule in ladies basketball in the NAIA, so plenty of time, but now you're down to 15 on the entire shot clock.
Finally a turnover forced. Hill was facing a 3-man defense and just had no chance to get through it. Easy
Quick
layup.
shot, absolutely, from Shea Owens.
Yeah, she just burned in through the backside there. Never really had a chance to defend, and time out by Coach Beatles. Started off a little bit promising. He got down the court, got some good baskets, but now that full court press defense comes in and just suffocates them, forces a turnover, and you find yourself down by 6 very early in this one.
We mentioned in pregame, you've got to cut down the turnovers. I really think the guard play is crucial in this game. If Hill and Kroc can find a way to break this full court press, and also when Bratcher comes off the bench and get the ball down the court to Hankins and Cox like we saw in the last game, you could put a little bit of maybe a one sweat beat of fear in the minds of these Lady Saints, who again have just 2 losses on the entire year.
Nearly violated the 5-second clock.
Cox down low, quick spin, turn, off the glass, good. That's what we're talking about right there.
Excellent
Break
job.
the press and get it to the big man.
Yeah, get down the court and have numbers in your favor when you break that press.
And a great defensive effort from Cassie Cox. Knocks the ball out of bounds. Owens will inbound to Davis. Lady Lions set up in a 2-3 defense. Hankins in the middle. Slicing through, and a foul on Hankins. And that foul was committed right in the paint, and it's going to send Nakia Davis to the line.
First foul of the game for the Lady Lions.
Hankins got caught behind and had nothing else to do but foul from behind to prevent an easy layup. So I'm not going to say it's a bad foul, but nevertheless, Hankins, who had some foul trouble last game, had 4 fouls with about 8-10 minutes to play in the ball game.
Found a way to not foul out, though.
We'll keep an eye on that. Here's a rebound from Sierra on cue. Looks for help. Tipped away.
And that was almost the best case scenario in that situation. Just throw it up and hope something good happens. She was pretty much trapped down low. Lady Lions playing a lot down in their own end.
Here comes Hill. She may take it herself. She does take it herself. A bit too strong. Our Lady comes away with the rebound. On up ahead in transition is Solis. Now over to Davis. Owens. Skip pass. Over to Davis again, or over to Owens. Mercedes Dobson for 3, no good. Here comes Cox, gets it out. Now a jump ball between Taylor Hill and Chelsea Solis. Possession arrow will remain with Southwestern. 10-6 your score, check that, 10-6 your score. 16-12 left in the first half.
He's taking everything the Lady Lions have just to get this ball past midcourt.
Hill working hard. Now has to get rid of the ball. And now Sodic's on the floor. First it was Hill, then Sodic's both. And we're going to have it. There's a warning issued to Coach Beatles, who was right in the face of one of the officials, not happy about some of these calls early on. So Beatles on the refs early.
Solis knocks down another three. Her second of the game.
And here's the full court pressure. 4 players in the front court for the Saints trying to break this ball movement. Now on up ahead, a bad pass from Cox, looking for Sodic. In transition, here come the Lady Saints. Dobson, 3-point shot, off the mark. Hill comes away with it. She'll pull back out. 13-6. You need to just run your offense, right, Tim? Just calm down, run your offense, look for a good shot. Plenty of time. Cox inside now.
And that'll be a backcourt violation.
Well, Davis picked it up. So no backcourt violation. Instead, Davis just picked up the ball. And a timeout for Coach Beatles. And Taylor Hill looks winded, unable to even fight for that ball. It was an errant pass from Cox, and Hill just looked like she just couldn't get to it. And Davis said, I'll get to it. Ran it down the court, an easy bucket, 15-6. Just 5 minutes into the ball game.
We've already seen
it's up by 9.
We've already seen a slight strategy shift just in the last 60 seconds or so. The Lady Saints not pressuring so much in the backcourt, rather they're just dropping in and swarming Lady Lions on that end of the court, and it's just too much for Lady Lions at this moment, unable to find an open shot, forcing turnovers. Already Lady Lions have committed 5 turnovers in this game to just 1 for the Lady Saints. Lady Saints have 3 steals, so already you see that turnover amount mounting on the Lady Lions. Not just 5 minutes into the game, so you want to find a way to just, again, it's tough. It's tough. There's a reason this team is 26-2. They've beaten everybody in the nation except for Wiley at this point. So you've got to find a way, though, of just calming yourself down and just, you know, not forcing, not allowing them to force those unforced errors. That was an unforced error.
Absolutely
was. Wasn't stolen, wasn't stripped. It was just a bad pass. Your players unable to get back to it, and it was essentially a free 2 points for the Lady Saints.
Wouldn't be surprised to see Coach Beatles put in Bratchett, the guard, for Sodic. Not that Sodic is playing bad, but to just put 3 ball handlers out there to go to a 3-guard set. We'll be watching for something like that, some adjustment, because as of right now, the Lady Lions are having a hard time getting this ball past midcourt. Under duress, and again, 4 Lady Saints in the front court. Hankins gets it out to Croc, on up ahead, and it's, I was about to say steal, but it's just a stand-up block, and the ball dribbled out of bounds, and Lady Lions will get the ball back.
Something about Our Lady, they are fast enough that they can press you. Usually you break the press, you got a free layup. They are fast enough that they can press you and then drop back into a set defense before, and another turnover.
And another easy bucket for Nashay Owens, sophomore from Pearl in Texas, Alvin High School. And here comes Bratchett. We mentioned her just a moment ago, and she is set to come in at the next break. Hill gets it across half court. Hankins tried to get it to Cox underneath in the left block, and the pass was blocked. Dobson for 3. Good. Mercedes Dobson, I think it's her second 3 of the ball game, Tim.
Second for Mercedes Dobson. Lady Saints are now 4 for 8 from 3-point range. Already knocked down 4 in this game. 2 from Dobson, 2 from Solis.
And just pressure continues on the Lady Lions guard play, and
Croc unable to get to it.
There was 13 seconds remaining at the time of the turnover. That's 17 seconds, and the ball never reached mid-court, and the Lions turn it over again. And into the game comes Bratchett, and Croc will take a seat. 20-6. 13:44 remaining in the first half. Now an inside pass and tipped away. Getting it back though is Trishina Solomon. 3-point shot, a high arching one. That one's no good. First time we've seen really Our Lady try to get the ball inside on the set play on the post. And why not? Trishina Solomon stands at 6'4", Tim, a senior.
Blocked by Sierra Hankins though, but gathered right back by Owens.
And Solomon last to touch it. But they're going to say the Lady Lions actually touched the ball last after Solomon tipped the ball. So, yeah, Trishina Solomon, a 6'4" senior, Tim, from Sacramento, California. Love to see her get the ball inside if you're Lady Saints. She works on Cox. Here's Davis. Gets the bounce. 22-6. Pressure's unrelenting. Bratchett now near midcourt. We're going to watch the backcourt. And here comes Hill now trying to break this stifling man-to-man defense.
Dribbles it
There
back.
is a backcourt violation from Hill.
That is the 10th turnover for the Lady Lions, just a little over 7 minutes into the game, as the Lady Saints are on a 12-0 run at the moment.
And Brittany Griffin checked in a few moments ago for Sierra Hankins. Shot in and out. Here's Solomon with the rebound on the left side. Had the position, and when you're 6'4" with position, you're going to get an easy look at the basket underneath, and she delivers and puts Lady Saints up by 18. Griffin from the wing. Got it. Inside the three-point line. That's 8 now for the Lady Lions.
Breaks the scoring run. Griffin showing her range again. We saw her do a really good job the other night, just jumping, knocking down those mid-range jumpers.
Cordia Harberton will check in for Sodich. I think Beatles is looking for a fresh look, a spark from anyone at this point off the bench. Now, also Andrea Lugo will check in for Hill. So sometimes different players match up differently against players in the court, so we'll wait to see if Lady Lions' different setup will make a difference.
Three ball is good from Mercedes Dobson. That's her third on the game. The other thing is just the way that the Lady Saints are running the Lady Lions right now. You have got to have fresh legs out there.
Yeah, absolutely. Cox underneath to Harberton. And somehow it doesn't fall. Wide open look. Just hung on the rim. Decided to trickle out. And just like that, Lady Saints are up by 19 points. We've just played 8.5 minutes. Now here's a steal from Lugo. Lugo tumbles to the ground, pinched between two Saints players. That was Davis and Sam Offord. Lugo just, it's like you're in traffic and the 3 lanes become 2 and you just run out of places to be.
Just a second foul on Our Lady. 1 foul against the Lions, so a very foul-free first half.
Bratchett double teamed up front, and now a steal on up ahead, and a hack from Bratchett, and a friendly body stop from Bratchett. Didn't want to hurt Nashay Owens, just wanted to stop the play. So that'll send Owens back to the line.
When you turn it over, you don't want to give up the layup. Make them take 2 shots to get 2 rather than giving them the free layup after you allow the turnover. So, but the turnovers are definitely mounting quick for the Lady Lions. That is missed, and the Lady Saints are 0 for 3 from the line tonight.
A weakness. They have a weakness. Let's foul them.
That might become the game plan because they're not missing from many other places. They're shooting 61% on the evening at the moment. Lady Lions have only taken 7 shots. That is how
That's
suffocating
amazing.
this
That is
defense
amazing.
is. They've only allowed 7 shots through 9 minutes. It's another turnover.
Diving to the floor is Davis, who gets the ball up ahead. Now a pass inside. Now they'll reset. Now a three-point shot. In and out from Nunez, or from Offord. Check that, Offord. Now Lugo gets it out to Bratchett. And here's that Lady Saints defense. They're fast and they're quick and they're tall. Corja misses another point-blank layup. Harberton struggling on the block early on. 28-8. Now here's a shot inside off the glass, no good. Offensive rebound, Davis drives the lane, stops, pops, good. Asking for the whistle, none called. Looking incredulously at the refs, thinking, hey, I got hacked. But when you're up by 22 points now, I think the ref may be looking the other way.
Up by 22, not quite halfway through as she continues to plead her case. She wanted to go to the line. I'm not sure why. They're shooting 25% from the line now and 58% from the floor. So that, I feel like you're better off staying on the floor at the moment than risking the line. They are out rebounding the Lions on offensively 3-1 at the moment. And again, that big stat, 12 turnovers by the Lady Lions, not even all the way through the first half. Not even all the way through the first half of the first half.
12-2.
That number could grow much larger if the Lady Saints persist in this full court press.
And they do. No let up from Our Lady. Now behind the back, Lugo spots Griffin, and she's going to be whistled for a walk. Had an open look, chose to pass it to get a closer look, and in doing so, dragged her foot. So even the potential open looks aren't even able to be delivered, as again, just 7 shots. I guess that, is it 8 shots now?
8 total shots through 10 minutes. Foul coming in against Lugo. Yeah, just 8 total shots through not quite 10 minutes of play and 12 turnovers.
Made 3 of them, and two of the missed shots were point-blank misses from the Lady Lions. So it could be 5 for 8, but wouldn't make much dent now as the Lady Lions found themselves down by 22. Inside to Solomon with the left hand on the left block. Strong move. Harberton drives the lane, looks right, shoots off the glass, misses another layup, and she's got to be frustrated. Missing 3 wide open looks. But you got to keep fighting. You never give up. You always got to believe the next shot's going to go in. You never quit.
I think we had a 3-second violation on the inside, so Lady Saints turn the ball over.
Dobson will check in for Nakia Davis. And Bratchett brings the ball up the court. Lighter pressure this time. Griffin over to Cox in the corner. Back to Griffin. Shoots off the left hand, off the glass, and good. Nice little give and go action from Griffin and Cox.
Good look from Griffin. She was off balance and was just sort of able to get it up and in.
Now Solomon spins left, back right, passes out. Dobson for 3. No good, but inside, one of the shorter players in the court had position, the Shea Owens, just 5'7".
Yeah, both off.
She blocked out the 6'4" Solomon.
Yeah, Owens blocked out her own player. There were only Lady Saints in the vicinity of that offensive rebound.
Griffin now, she can shoot the 3. And a whistle on the shot, I believe. Was she fouled on the shot, Tim?
She was fouled on the shot inside the 3-point line, so she will go to the line for 2. Griffin at the moment is tied for the Lady Lions leading scorer with 4 points. 4 points also for Cassie Cox and 2 for Taylor Hill. And that's your entire Lady Lions scoring story at the moment. First one is good. Breaks another Lady Saints run, and you see here Coach Beatles tell his players, just keep your head up as they head out. They trail by 22 now as Griffin knocks down both of the free throws. Lady Lions are purple from the line tonight, 4 for 4. Travel.
It's Nellie Flores whistling for the travel. She just checked into the game. She's a junior from Pharr, Texas, Hidalgo High School. Whistling for the travel. Turn the ball back over to Southwestern. And a whistle right as the ball was inbounded.
And that's going to be a blocking foul on the Shea Owens.
Okay, so the strategy is get in foul trouble.
No, the foul actually is.
I think it was on Kroc.
Wrong 22, Bethany Kroc. Fouls a push on Bethany Kroc on the inbound. So Lady Lions turn it over on the foul.
Straightaway three-point shot, no good from Flores, but offensive rebound. Flores, the ball again. I think they're going to call Hankins on that.
No,
travel on Flores. Hankins was about to reach in, but before she did, Flores dragged her foot.
Lady Saints have 11 second chance points on the evening already, to the tune of 6 offensive rebounds. Another turnover.
6'4" Solomon just stuck her hands up in the air and blocked that pass.
Another travel, though, on the Lady Saints. 3 consecutive possessions ending on a travel for them.
Hill looked a lot more comfortable bringing the ball up, and then had an open look, and out of nowhere, Solomon just reached her hands up and just
That'll be enough
pass.
for Coach Minner of the Lady Saints to call timeouts. 3 consecutive possessions ending in travels. His team entrenched in a 22-point lead at the moment.
The look on his face looks like he's down by 22. He is furious with his ball club over on the Lady Saints side of the court.
Well, this is a game that the Lady Saints have something to prove. Like we already mentioned, they're 26-2 and dropped a spot in the rankings this week.
How does that happen?
They're at 21 right now. And so they are trying to prove to the national coaches, the national pollsters, that they deserve to be much higher than 21. And obviously they're going to be going into the Red River Athletic Conference tournament here in about a week with some, a good chance to make it back to the NAI national tournament by just winning those 3 games. But you always want to be ranked higher because that affects your seeding in the national tournament.
Absolutely.
And that way you might be able to avoid playing one of the top 3 or 4 teams in the nation. So you really want to get that seeding higher because that really can affect your destiny in the tournament. I mean, you can just follow enough of the NCAA to know the difference between getting a 12 seed and a 6 seed. A 6 seed can stun their way to the Final Four. 12 seed is more than likely gone in the first, second round.
Hill now back with the ball, looks for help. He's got Kroc. And Kroc bangs into the scorer's table. And a whistle on Our Lady.
4th foul of the half on the Lady Saints, 4 on the Lady Lions.
Hankins, shadowed by Flores. Here's Kroc off the mark.
Solomon in her face, and that hand goes up. That's a good 7 foot 1 inch, I believe, being guarded at least.
Dobson, she's got 3 in the night already. Looking for her 4th three-pointer off the mark, but there's a 6'4" Solomon with an offensive rebound well away from the basket. Another 3-point shot, that one no good.
Solomon again.
There's Solomon, puts it in. Solomon averages just 8 points a game, but she's the leading rebounder at 7.2. Hankins spins, turns. She's got Griffin in the corner. Good. She hit that from that spot a moment ago.
We have seen Brittany Griffin just in the past few weeks turn into a very good mid-range jump shot
and that's
performer.
That's a must foul from Sodic. It's just smothered, even maybe poked in the eye, Solomon, who had a great pass from the wing. It'll send Solomon to the line. Sodic, it's her 1st on the night.
Yeah. Good to see Brittany Griffin getting some good jump shot action.
Solomon's first free throw is true. One of, like we said, 4 seniors for head coach Christopher Minner. Second free throw is in and out, no good. Hankins pulls it in.
The Lady Lions pull down what has become a rare rebound. Lady Saints have more offensive rebounds, and the Lady Lions have defensive rebounds.
Fortunate pass there, tipped away right into the hands of Griffin. Lions will keep the ball into Hankins. Quick pass to Hill, or to Kroc. Took that Kroc, and she is fouled. Blocking foul called on Sam Offord. Will send Kroc to the line with a chance to complete a three-point play. Cut the lead to 20.
Alicia Crump steps back into the game, and Trishenia Solomon will sit out. While she was in, though, Solomon quickly became the leading rebounder for the Lady Saints. She has 6 on the night already.
Free throw's good.
That's just in about 6 minutes play, so averaging about a rebound a minute.
Drive baseline, over to Dobson. Wide open look, Griffin.
I don't think Dobson's taking a shot from anywhere
inside,
but three-point range.
yeah.
That's her 8th three-point attempt, and that's all 8 of her shots.
And Flores is going to get whistled for that one. The push.
So Lady Lions have trimmed the lead back to 20. Hill kind of froze there for a second. That's something you can't do against this Lady Saints team.
And here's Kroc. Gets the ball inbound to Hankins. Over to Hill. 15 on the shot clock. Pump fake, Griffin. A little flat, but Hankins right there to put back, but misses the easy point-blank layup. Owens now over to Dobson, another three ball. She loves the threes. Shot nothing but threes. And the Saints come away with another offensive rebound. Cox will come back in just a moment. She walks by the scores table. Michelle Owens. Over to Offord. Into Flores. Nice move. Off the left hand, spinning left. Off the left hand, off the glass. And they'll check that. That was Crump. Alicia Crump. A nice bucket. Sodich. Over to Griffin. It'll stay here, and Griffin will take a seat. Cassie Cox will check back in for Coach Beatles. 39-17, just over 5 left in the first half of play. Kroc inbounds to Hill. In traffic, puts up a shot, no good. Hankins fights for the board. Cox gives chase. And a whistle on Cassie Cox. Over the back. That's 6 fouls on each ball club now. So next one will put either team in the bonus. And here comes Nakia Davis. Dobson, nothing but threes so far. She wears number 3. Quite appropriate. And how about this, a nice hustle steal from Hankins. Showing some fight. Hill picked up her dribble, gets it out to Kroc. Who's open? Someone's got to be open. It's going to be Hill. And she's called for a double dribble. Can't believe it, but she's confused about that call. Looking inside, trying to find a cutting post player. The ref saw something that didn't look legal. So Our Lady gets the ball back, holding a 22-point lead here at the Schaefer Center. That shot way off the mark from Flores. Sodich in transition, looks right, shoots left off the glass. Cox offensive board. Resets to Hill, and Hill's whistled for a walk. Turnovers mounting up, Tim. We talked about the last game. They had 38. Tonight, they're already at 15 turnovers.
And if there's one stat that's more glaring than all of them, Lady Saints have 19 points off turnovers to just 2 for the Lady Lions.
It's a nice play from Sodich. Kind of dove and spun and grabbed the ball over to Cox. Kroc tried for 3, way off the mark.
Almost saved by Hankins, but it goes out.
7 turnovers for Our Lady, but 17 now. Check that, 17 now. The stats are updated for us. And now here's a steal from Hill. She may take it herself. She does, and a nice move, but she misses the ball, the basket. And right there following, well coached, is Jessica Sodich. The trail man often gets the basket and plays like that. That's just what happened. Sodich cuts the lead back to 20. Davis, strong move inside, gets it out to a 3-point shot. Artist, no good. Crump, no good. Offensive board, Flores.
Fighting through.
Wills the ball in the hole. Yeah.
Fighting through right there and finds a way to get it in. And the dominance on the inside of the paint continues for the Lady Saints.
It's that plus this pressure, Tim. That's exactly what it is. The dominant inside pressure, which, well, we know there's a 6'4" player and a 6'2" player, but we were hoping Cox and Hankins would hold their own, but it's that inside pressure plus the pressure on the ball. The moment they inbound, the Lions are in trouble. Nice pass over to Hankins. Off the good. Cox off the front of the rim. Got to take that up stronger. Try to draw contact. Get a whistle. There's some contact.
Foul. It's going to come against
on Cox.
Cassie Cox.
That's a frustration foul, Tim. Didn't deliver on the offensive side of the court and frustrated about that, and that can lead in those moments afterwards to a frustration foul as she hacked Nakia Davis. That's the Lady Lions' 7th foul, so this will be a 1-and-1 for the Lady Saints. First one up and good. Second one finds its way home. Lady Saints, here's a steal from Davis.
And a foul on Sodich.
And Sodich whistled for the foul. It looked clean, but a foul on Sodich. Lady Saints shooting nearly 50%, 49% from the field. Lady Lions just 32%. First one's off the mark. Stay tuned for our second game of our doubleheader coming up around 7:30 as the number 7 team in the land, the Southwestern Lions, will square off against Red River Conference foe Our Lady on the men's side. Could drop that magic number to just 1, Tim, with a win tonight.
Another turnover, and Solis with the putback. And if you need a summation for everything that was wrong with the first half of Lady Lions, it was that possession. Quick turnover and an offensive rebound going against you. Second chance points and points off turnovers. Just destroying the Lady Lions at the moment.
It's just so fast, and Davis is down. Davis just rolled an ankle right in front of our broadcast table. She's hurt, and now there's gonna be a whistle. And Davis, number 15, right near midcourt. And Davis is going to be helped off the court. Nakia Davis, one of 4 seniors, 5'2" guard, playing a really strong ball so far. And boy, you hate to see a strong player like her go down for Coach Christopher Minner.
She was leading the team with 11 points at the moment, 4 for 5 from the floor, so having a good shooting day.
If you're on a 26-2 season run and one of your best players goes down, hopefully she'll be okay.
That's a worst case scenario moment if you're the Saints. She is your second leading scorer, and if she were to go out for any period of time, so.
Harberton drains a 3.
I'd be surprised if we saw her again unless she is completely healthy.
She doesn't need to play.
I wouldn't.
Doesn't need to play.
In a game where you're up by 24, I would not risk your second leading scorer when you're thinking national tournament. You're thinking about matching up against some of the best teams in the NAIA. Blocked by Cox. Goes off on the Lady Lions. Cassie Cox gets a nice block down low, and Lady Lions, just as Coach Beadle said, just trying to keep their heads up right now, just trying to keep fighting against these powerful Lady Saints.
And another whistle inside will send Crump to the line. That foul's going to be called on Cordia Harberton. She's a sophomore from San Antonio, went to Stacy High School.
First one by Crump is missed.
Arlen Beadle's in his 7th year as head coach of the Lady Lions. Admittedly, a year of transition, rebuilding. Again, as you mentioned earlier, no seniors on this ball club, so he can't expect greatness just yet. But there's a lot of bright signs in the future for the Lady Lions ball club.
You've seen flashes, and you hope, of course, next year to have a healthy Nia Winston and healthy Jaiba Rodriguez back in the lineup. Infuse that back into this lineup, and you have a much better team. A carry against Lugo. Turns it over.
That was a nice spin back as she was double teamed, and she just was not able to maintain control of her body, but a really nice move to split the defense as she spun left to clear the double team and then just spun too far forward. Turnover for the Lady Lions. That is unfortunately, their 20th turnover compared to just 10 for the Saints. Just about a minute left to play in the first half. Now there's a turnover from Flores. Cox has got Harberton. Gets it inside to Hankins. Where those point-blank shots just start falling. That's about 4 or 5, Tim. We've seen that just must have.
And it's been a running theme on the season as a foul from behind will send Lady Saints back to the line.
I mean, that's 10 points right there.
It's been a running theme on the season. One pass too many.
Yeah.
That situation, Harberton probably had a better chance of making the shot than Sierra Hankins did. Guarded very well down low. She was facing resistance the whole time trying to go up. So at some point, you got to realize, again, this is a young team, a team that just needs to learn when to take the shot, when to not take the shot. And it takes courage to be the one to take the shot. There's only one person to blame if the shot is missed.
Right.
So it takes courage, it takes maturity. And there's no doubt in my mind that a lot of these players will certainly have it. It's just this is a year where a team has become led by freshmen.
Bratchett back over to Lugo. He's handling the ball fairly well. Bratchett will try 3. Good. Not a whole lot of arch, but just over the front of the rim, and Bratchett, it's a 3-point shot. 47-25. Now about 15 seconds remaining in the first half. 3 ball from who else? Number 3. Mercedes Dobson, no good. Now here comes Bretz on the other end. Stops, pops, and that one rolls in. Dobson let her have that one as we're near halftime. And the shot's going to be way too late. Would have been good had it counted. We've reached halftime here at the Schaefer Center. Your score, Tim, 47-27. And the story, I look at the story, it's the turnovers. And we hit it early on, and there it is, 21-12. And just 5 or 6 shots underneath the basket that could translate to 12 points easily. You could be realistically in this game. If you cut down 4 or 5 turnovers, make those 4 or 5 baskets, and we have a ball game here.
Yeah, cutting it back down to 20 just shows you how, even in a game that you've been mastered and outmatched for most of the game, if you could just have got a few of those very close layups, point-blank layups, if you could have limited a few of those bad throwaways early on, you could be down by just 8 or 9 right now and much more in contention. Obviously, going into the half, you can't think that way. You got to be ready to go. You got to be ready to fire out of the second half and try to cut that lead down as quickly as possible. Find your way back into contention to where in the last 5 minutes you're still playing for something. It's going to be tough, though. The Lady Saints have shown no signs of letting up on that full-court press, or, again, just that swarm defense once they break the line.
They never let up.
You never let up. And, again, usually you imagine, you've reached a safe haven when you break through that line. You finally have a chance to get an open shot, but it's been nothing doing for the Lady Lions. Once they get past, it just gets harder. There's less space for them to cover. As you see the men go out, and that should be a thriller later on in tonight's matchup. It should be a great, great game between, like I said, the number 7 SAGU Lions and the Saints out of San Antonio. Well, we are now just about ready, and we are ready to go down to Bianca Alarcon, who's standing sideline with assistant coach Corey Henry. Bianca?
Thanks, guys. Now, Coach, obviously a key component of this game is turnovers. Our Lady of the Lake has possessed 19 points because of them. How do we stop them in the second half?
We're going to play much better defense. They're penetrating into the zone, dribbling right past us, and anytime you penetrate into a zone like that, it breaks down the defense, and you get good quality shots. They're hitting a lot of threes right now, and I mean, we just got to keep them in front of us.
And how in the second half do we catch up on the scoreboards? Is it that we need to speed up our tempo, or is that we need to slow it down?
We actually need to slow the game down. Right now we're playing at their pace. The press that they're running has been very effective, obviously. We've got quite a few turnovers. Haven't seen the stat sheets yet, so I don't know exactly how many we have, but I'm sure it's up there. And we just got to slow it down and try to be able to handle the pressure.
Thanks so much, Coach, and good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
Rob and Tim, back to you.
And we'll take a quick commercial break here on SAGU Sports Live, back with first half analysis and first half stats. Stay tuned right here, SAGU Sports TV. 47-27 your halftime score. Our Lady of the Lake leads SAGU by 20. And it's been a game of turnovers, the full court press, and really just domination on the offensive boards, Tim.
Domination is the right term. The Lady Saints pulled down 12 offensive rebounds in the first half, just 5 for the Lady Lions. Lady Saints actually with more offensive boards than defensive boards, 12 and just 10 on the defensive end. That's because Lady Lions haven't even missed enough shots. Theoretically, they've only taken 26 shots in the first half, 39 for Lady Saints. But there's the key stat. You see it right there, 21 turnovers for Lady Lions. We mentioned it 38 in the last meeting. We said they had to get that down. Well, right now they're on pace for even more than that. 12 turnovers for Lady Saints, but it hasn't hurt them very much. Free throws, they're 6 for 13. So that's, you want to look at the one dark spot on Lady Saints is they've missed 7 free throws. So they could have a 27-point lead. Mentioned the Lady Lions, though, just too many open missed shots. Too many shots underneath the basket. They just couldn't get to go. Credit some of that was just the furious Lady Saints defense, constantly on them, constantly hounding them, unable to get off a very clean shot. But the Lady Lions have missed some opportunities to be still within striking distance of this game.
Brittany Griffin leads all scorers for SAGU with 8. Now, the leading scorer for the Lady of the Lake is Nakia Davis, but she went out with some type of an injury to her ankle. We doubt we'll see her back. She probably shouldn't come back, as you mentioned earlier. So she leads the way at this point with 11 points. Mercedes Dobson with 9 off the strength of 3 3-point shots. She shot about 8 or 9 3-point shots. I think that's all she shot is from beyond the arc.
And also seeing here Trishenia Solomon, we mentioned it just in the game for 650 in the first half, but she pulled down 6 rebounds. That leads all players on the court. She's 6'4", so if the ball's in her vicinity, she's probably going to pull it down. Lady Lions, their leading rebounder is, I believe it's, Cassie Cox. She just has 4 on the night. So the Lady Lions being just really dominated in every facet of the scoreboard, every facet of the stat sheet right now. Going in the second half, you just have to find a way of limiting turnovers. You got to get your shot totals up. Shooting 38% isn't great. It's not terrible, though. Another thing else to notice, they're 2 for 4 from 3-point range. Maybe it's time to open that up a little bit more. Put a little bit of faith in Griffin and Sodich, even Lugo to an extent. Your outside shooters, Taylor Hill can shoot from the outside also. That might be the way you want to try to fight your way back into this game. Exchange 3s for 2s and hope you can keep on knocking them down. You've only taken 4 attempts. Might be time to open that up and try to get a little bit more non-conservative when it comes to just trying to shoot to kill from the 3-point range.
There are sparks of good play. Hankins is hustling, Cox is hustling. Lugo's playing ball well with the ball in her hands. Now, one thing that Coach Corey Henry said is we need to slow the pace down. The problem with that is it's being slowed down too much. They can't even get the ball past half court. So that's the goal, is to slow it down. But the defense from the Saints is so stifling, it's hard to even get the ball in the flow of your offensive set.
Yeah, you need to slow the pace down, but obviously if you slow down, the Saints aren't going to slow down. You need to force the Saints to slow down as well.
Right.
Because if you blink, they'll be on you. We saw it a couple times trying to bring it across. Taylor Hill just becoming overwhelmed, freezing to try to find an open player, and all of a sudden she was surrounded by 3 players, had no chance to get out. So
I'm just amazed how fast these players, you look up and there's 2 players. Every time the ball's passed to a player, within a half a second there are 2 players on the ball carrier. It's an amazing, fast, quick defense that Coach Minner has rolling here.
Yes, they're essentially always trapping you. Even in non-trap situations, they are trapping you in the open court, which is a very hard thing to do, but they have the athleticism to do it. They have a lot of height. Obviously, we've seen some balls just slapped out of the air, never had a chance to get to their destination on the pass, and so they have definitely done their job. They're up by 20 right now. They're going to hold that, try to increase that score probably a little bit to get a little bit of respect with the pollsters. The Lady Lions, like I said, you got to try to get it down to 10 points as quick as possible, and then just hope to whittle away at it for the last 10 minutes or so.
There is a reason this team is 26-2, playing like it tonight, so we'll see if Lady Lions can put a dent in that lead. We'll take a quick break. Right back here for second half action. You're watching basketball on SAGU Sports Live. He is back into the game as we start second half of play for head coach Christopher Minter. Guess her ankle's going to be just fine. Offensive putback and a whistle. It's going to send Alicia Crump to the line.
Southwestern foul number 33, Cassie Cox.
Cox whistled for the foul. I believe that's her second. We'll check that. First free throw is good. That's her third. Cassie Cox has picked up 3 fouls, Tim. Just 13 seconds into the second half. See how long she stays in the game. Second free throw is good. And here's the full court pressure again, unrelenting. Coach Minter keeping the pressure on. You almost get the feeling that he is wanting to make a statement with the final margin of victory for the pollsters.
Well, I mean, you have to always consider that, especially when it comes to the fact that this is not a guaranteed path for the Lady Saints if they want to find a way to get an at-large bid. Obviously, if they win the Red River Conference regular season, they get the automatic bid. But if they slip past, obviously.
Hankins whistled. Guards were able to get it to Cox in the corner, who found a cutting Sierra Hankins, and she was hacked and should go to the line and shoot a couple.
At the moment, the Lady Saints have a 1-game lead over Wiley. However, that is because Wiley has played 2 fewer games. They are 17-2 in the year, while the Lady Saints are 19-2. So if Wiley wins out, the Lady Saints will fall to second place in Red River Conference as Wiley holds the season tiebreaker. So for the Lady Saints, obviously a game they have to win. But most importantly, a game they want to make a statement in, because more than likely they will fall to the second spot, looking at Wiley's remaining opponents on the season as another foul comes in.
Offered fouled by Hill.
Wiley is playing at Texas College tonight. They come into SAGU on Saturday, and then they host St. Thomas. Those are 3 games that you would definitely have them favored in each one, so they could very easily win out and claim the Red River regular season title, which would obviously give them the automatic berth to the national tournament. For the Saints, then they would have to either win the conference tournament or, like we said, move high enough up in the polls that they can get in an at-large bid.
Every game, basically every game is vital at this point, whether you're a winning ball club or trying to secure the 8th seed as the Lady Lions are. Can't afford to lose at this point. This is when you should be playing your best game of the season. And Lady Saints definitely doing that right now. Hill double teamed out front, gets it over to Croc. Hankins. All 5 players touch the ball. How about that? All 5 players touch the ball. The ball never touched the ground once one player began to touch it. And that's how you pass the ball around and beat that defense. Strong play offensively from the Lady Lions. Both guards had a look at it. Then it was over to Cox and Hankins. And Hankins found Sodich. Lady Saints will inbound. Strong shot, no good. Way arching over the backboard. And we'll keep it right here. And Sodich put the ball in play. Hankins lending some help. Now here's Hill. She's double teamed. As usual, Croc looks up ahead. She's got Cox. Skip pass over to Hill for 3. No good. Cox comes away with it. A fresh 30. Hill over to Hankins. She's got Sodich. She can shoot the 3. Drives in. Right-handed mini hook shot is good.
Not quite the sky hook, but sort of powers it in. Jessica Sodich now with 6 points on the night. 3 from who
And
else?
there's
Dobson.
the fourth 3 from number 3, Mercedes Dobson, lighting it up again.
That's her 11th attempt on the night, and as we've said, that's all she's taken. I don't think she knows how to take a 2-point field goal.
And here's another turnover by Southwestern. And checking into the ball game will be, well, about to check in. It's going to be Trishina Solomon. I'm not sure why she wasn't let in the first time. She had to go tap the table, I guess.
3 from Solis.
It's going to be way short. Kroc had it, then lost it. Then Hankins take a look at it, and she ends up on her knees, and now a whistle and a foul on the Lady Saints.
It's going to come against Owens. Her second foul. Second foul of the half against the Lady Saints.
Deuce is wild. 2 fouls on each team. Number 22 commits her second foul, and we're in the second half. That's all I can think of for 2.
Lee's 23. I'm sorry, 1 point difference.
Oh, that would have been really good.
We could really help you out there, Rain Man.
Oh my gosh. All right, Hill.
Almost turned over again.
And 22 near the ball on that steal attempt.
Yeah, she almost grabbed another steal, and the Lions have 22 turnovers.
No, they don't. They do have 22 turnovers. And there's 2 points in from Taylor Hill. And she got to lead to 21.
At this point, like we said, if you can quickly, as that ball's thrown away by Sequestany O'Neal, and she immediately hears it. There is
timeout.
There is a.
Minner wants to talk it over.
Yeah, Coach Minner runs a zero tolerance mistake policy. First turnover of the half for the Lady Saints results in immediate timeout, and Sequestany O'Neal hears it immediately. And again, that's because Coach Minner knows how important this game is and how important it is to be a good team going into tournament time. All right, let's go over to the stands now where Tyler Marie is standing by. Tyler?
Thanks, guys. Here I am with one of our very own Jonathan Walters. Now, Jonathan, tonight you're going up against some of the top players in the nation, such as Robert Martinez and LaRon Smith. What is your team's plan of attack tonight against such players?
We just understand that those 2 players in particular are going to get points, and they're going to score, and they're going to make things happen for their team. We just want to focus on not letting the role players and the people that aren't scoring that many points to get off and beat us.
Yeah, how have you guys been preparing for tonight's game against one of the top, most intense rivalries in the NAIA?
We've been doing a lot of trapping drills in practice, a lot of 6-on-5, preparing for their press, and they're trapping a lot of dealing with fouls and just the whole physical nature of the game.
Thank you so much, Jonathan. This is Tyler Marie reporting from the stands. Back to you, Rob and Tim.
All right, thank you, Ms. Tyler. Jonathan Walter looking at having a big game tonight. Coming up, the second half of our doubleheader. He'll be in action with his teammates, the number 7 team in the land in NAIA Division I ball.
Like we said, it's going to be a big, big matchup. The last 3 times these teams have met has resulted in interesting results each time.
And here's a turnover. Dobson misses her first 3 of the second half. .17:09 remaining in the second half.
And like we were saying just before, to Tyler there, another turnover. The Lady Lions want to have any shot at this, they have got to get down. And I could have sworn for a second she was about to dunk it. Solomon goes strong to the rim, lays it up and in, and if you're the Lady Lions, you're down by 23, and if you have any hope of getting back in this game, it needs to happen now.
Lady Lions just look outmatched on all fronts.
Kroc misses, pursued by Sodich, unable to grab it and throw it back in. So it's a missed shot dead ball rebound to the Lady Saints.
Harberton checks back in for Southwestern. Also in the ball game for Lady Saints is Sequestany O'Neill. She's a junior from Midland, Texas. Inside move from Solomon. Too strong off the iron. Hankins clears and kind of creates a running screen for Hill. Not really illegal, but just running right down the court along with Hill. Now Cox mishandles that pass. Harberton back near midcourt.
Shot clock is at 7.
Now it's 6. Harberton for 3. Off from the glass, and Kroc with an offensive board goes up strong, and Hankins comes away with it. Here comes Harberton. Looked like can I dare say an alley-oop pass to Kroc? I don't want to say that, but she was looking for Kroc underneath on the weak side post. And just the timing off just a little bit. Turn the ball back over to Our Lady. .44 left. Here's Sequestany. Nice move. Shot unable to fall. She cleared plenty of space from Hill, the defender. Shot no good to Harberton. She can shoot the 3. And I think you need a lot of threes at this point. If you're Southwestern to climb back in this game and get some fouls and stop that clock and make some free throws. Shot clock down now to 10, Tim. Ratchet in trouble.
And we've seen the Saints mostly pull out of their full court press, but it does not change the suffocation of this defense once you get down into this end. Shot clock will be at 7. So the Lady Lions will need a quick play drawn up if they want to beat the buzzer.
Ratchet drives to Harberton. She's going to have to shoot. She does. Way off the mark. Harberton tried to grab that ball out of the hands of Dobson. The ball goes out of bounds. It'll be the Lady Saints ball. If you're near Waxahachie or on campus, come on out and support these Lady Lions. And coming up next, the men in action, number 7 team in the land. A tough conference foe, Our Lady of the Lake. They have a storied history, including a thriller last year.
Yeah, some thrillers, some big upsets, and we'll have all of that for you, the whole storyline. Get you set for that game in the men's pregame, which will follow just after the end of this ladies game here. And if you are in the area, be sure and check out the arena tonight. It's going to be a big night full of many halftime festivities. You're not going to miss out. And the first 100 fans arriving to the men's game will get free purple gloves. So
I was here. Do I get one?
I don't think you count. I don't think you count. So unfortunately. So be sure and come out, get 2 free purple gloves, or just go Michael Jackson and wear 1. Timeout
I'm
call.
good for that. I'm good.
As the Lady Lions, the lead has stayed at 56-33 for a good time now.
Yeah.
Neither team, really, Our Lady Lake, you've seen a significant drop in aggressiveness because they do hold a very safe lead at the moment. They aren't pushing nearly as hard on offense as they have been. They do seem content to kind of hang on to where they are, knowing they have this one, well, not wrapped up, but they have it where they want it at the moment. Lady Lions just unable to get anything moving against this aggressive, pesky defense.
Mercedes Dobson is the leading scorer for the Lady Saints off the strength of 4 for 12 shooting from three-point land. That's right, all three-point shot attempts. She's missed 8 and still leads all scorers with 12. 4 out of 12 for 12 points. Ooh, nice behind the back move from Hill, and then tripped up Solomon with the foul. Nice move from Hill, sent Nashay Owens headed toward the concession stand, and she'll check out of the game.
Into the game comes Lauren Rubio for the first time. freshman from San Antonio, Texas, from South San Antonio High School.
Woke the crowd up there with that little behind the back move. But then ran into Solomon. 3-point shot's blocked. Solomon rips it out of Cox's hands, and here comes Rubio. She just checked into the ball game. Good ball movement from Our Lady. Over in the corner, there's Dobson. She's already has 4 3-pointers on the night. She'll fire up another one. That one's no good. Cox wrestles down the board. So if you're Hill, if you're Bratchett, you want to take more chances with the ball. You got to make some quick baskets. So it's a time where you want to gotta just take the shackles off and try some moves that maybe you've tried in practice, like the behind the back move where you cut back and just see what happens, because obviously the tension of a close game is not in question. Now here's a nice inside move from Corja. Harpington gets it inside.
Brittany Griffin.
To Griffin.
And you never want to just say, oh, well, next season, but you have seen some things here tonight that do give you promise for next season. The emergence of Brittany Griffin as a scoring threat. She was traditionally thought of as coming off the bench, just being a fill-in for Cassie Cox, trying to pull down some rebounds, draw some charges. That foul is going to come against Tashinia Solomon. She is now at 4 fouls on the game, so she will hit the bench. So, but yeah, you look at a player like Brittany Griffin, obviously just a lot of time on the bench last year, has really emerged just over the last few weeks, as you said, as a clutch mid-range jump shooter, and shows her skills on the inbounds and the layups inside.
Just a sophomore from Rockwall, east of Dallas. She flashes through. Cox looks for her. Instead, she finds Hill. There's Griffin with offensive rebound, and there she is again, Tim. Griffin delivers again, cuts the lead to 19. Here's a strong inside move. Beautiful finish from Sequestany O'Neal. Great body control and ball movement. Now another steal attempt from O'Neal, whistled for the foul, but really aggressive play from Sequestany on the offensive side of the court there. She's a junior from Midland, Texas, out of Frank Phillips College, a transfer to Our Lady.
That's the 6th foul on Our Lady, and that's if the Lady Lions are trying to get back in this. That's good news for them. You hope to be able to get to the line and knock down free throws, try to gain on this deficit while the shot clock and the clock is not moving. That's been the big problem, is that it's taken 25 seconds to get a shot off each time down the court. Three ball from Solis.
Off the front of the rim, no good. Offensive rebound way off the mark, but here's the second offensive board. Could this be the first non-3-point shot from Dobson? No, she lets it fly to a teammate who tries a 3-point shot. No, but Dobson with a offensive rebound again. Over to O'Neal. Dobson for 3, her 14th of the night, no good. One-handed rebound.
And that
from Flores, and she gets a friendly whistle, and she'll go to the line.
Again, just far too many second chance opportunities allowed by the Lady Lions. That was, I think, 4 offensive rebounds right in a row. And when you've got the Lady Saints, as talented as they are, you cannot give them 4 scoring opportunities without expecting them to get something. They finally get to the line.
And now free throws starting to fall, 2 in a row now for the Saints. Up in the percentage up to past 60% from the foul stripe. Bratchett drives the lane past all 4 defenders, all 5 defenders. Shot no good. Bounce pass inside, strong spin move. Flores lost it. Hill, she may take it herself. She does, gets it to fall. 60-39. Good aggressive transition play from the Lady Lions. And here's a 3-point shot. Attempt no good. from Rubio, and another offensive board for Our Lady of the Lake. Flores now in the high post, spins, gets it inside, and look at that ball. It just kind of hung there for a minute and missed. As Solis cut through the defense, fadeaway. Can you call it a fadeaway layup? Something like that, and it kind of rolled around the rim and stopped, and then just decided to fall off. And now a timeout from Coach Beatles. Full timeout.
Some good news for the Lady Lions coming in right now.
Let's have some good news.
Down in Hawkins, Texas, Jarvis Christian trails LSU Shreveport 67-55 at the moment. Obviously, Jarvis, one of the teams that the Lady Lions are competing in that for that 8th spot. If Jarvis were to lose, Lady Lions and Jarvis would remain tied in that 9-10 area, just trying to, again, catch Bacone. If this result holds, the Lady Lions will fall to a game behind Bacone again, and will then absolutely need a win Saturday against number 20 ranked Wiley, number 20 in the nation. They, like I said early on in this run, they're going to have to beat somebody they shouldn't beat. There's not enough games left of sub-teams to find a way in. You have to pull a huge upset. And obviously, there's two teams in this arena that want the Lions to win on Saturday. The Lions want to win, and you better believe the Lady Saints want the Lady Lions to find a way to stun the Lady Pilots, because that would lock up the Red River Conference for the Lady Lions. You see a dedicated Lions fan in the crowd as the crowd begins to filter in even more. As you mentioned, if you're in the area, turn out. Big second game coming up as your men try to move towards their first national tournament appearance since 2006. All surrounding a very packed halftime. We've got a huge slate of events happening here in the Shape Center at the half. So if you're in the area, hop in your car right now, put us on your iPhone, and play us in.
Griffin again. The opportune rebound falls right in Griffin's hands as she sliced through the lane off the Harberton miss.
You just gotta like how she plays.
And she saw where that ball was gonna miss him. That's what I like about Griffin. She's a smart, heady player. She knew the ball was gonna be short. And now that's not short. That's a great shot. Nothing but net from Chelsea Solis. But Griffin, great contact. Reminds me of Dennis Rodman, who would study, there's a turnover. Rodman would study the arc and trajectory and even how players tended to shoot and miss, so he always was in the right place at the right time. And that one right there, Griffin, you could see her eyes watching the ball off the Harberton miss and able to put that one in. Uncontested. Now here's a turnover.
Griffin is 6 for 7 on the night, so shooting very well. She has 4 rebounds, so she's going to need a nice rebounding last 10 minutes to get her second double-double in a row, but we'll keep an eye on it. That'd be a very impressive feat coming off the bench for Brittany Griffin.
And here comes the double team. Bratchett's able to split it on up ahead to Hill. And that ball was deflected off a defender. It'll stay right here with 20 seconds remaining on the shot clock. And Bratchett will inbound the ball. The left side, over to Hill, drives baseline, stops, pops, good. Taylor Hill, the freshman from Waxahachie High School, cuts the lead to 19. Inside pass, and Harberton just smothered O'Neal. Sequoia O'Neal going up strong on the left side, and with the hack, Harberton will send O'Neal to the line. Her second foul. A chance to put Saints back up by 20. That looked odd coming off, if I do say so. An unusual spin.
You want to put a spin on the ball in tennis and racquetball, not usually basketball. Griffin with the rebound. The Lady Lions have cut the lead back down to 19. That's the lowest it's been for a while. Trying to ride some momentum.
Cox, it's just too much air in that ball. Too much air. Looking for Harberton underneath at the paint.
And Dobson read it the whole way.
Yep. Just too slow. Now here's a Bratchett with quick hands and a steal. And now a steal right back. That is Flores. And a whistle, a travel called, and several quick turnovers by both ball clubs. And Coach Minner will send in 2 more guards. It'll be Sam Offord and Nashay Owens will check back in for Our Lady of the Lake.
Owens averages 15.7 a game, just scoring 8 at the moment.
30 turnovers. They had 38 the last game.
And the Lady Lions are remaining on pace for just about a turnover a
Another
minute.
dangerous pass, too much air, just too much time for the defense to react.
And this is the, I think this is another 3 from guess who, Mercedes Dobson, off the mark. This is the result of this aggressive defense. It's forcing frustration passes. Lady Lions have had the ball stripped away so many times. Griffin looks at the jumper, passes it up.
Nice offensive board from Cox. Unable to get it to fall, just hung on the front of the rim. But a good clean shot from Harverton, a good offensive board from Cox.
What you're seeing happen essentially is you've had the ball taken away from you so many times. Lady Lions are just desperately trying to get the ball down the court.
Now right here.
And that's leading to a lot of bad passes.
Yeah. Hope they could push the ball. Boy, there's another 3 ball from Dobson and yanked away. Cox just ripped it out of the arms of Solis.
Dobson now with 15 3-point attempts.
Slices through the lane. Hill's layup attempt hits the iron, no good.
Stolen away by Harverton. As sloppy play reigns at the moment. Turnovers after turnovers.
Up ahead, Brittany Griffin called for it, got it, and whistled for the foul. Raised her left hand up in the air while running ahead of the fast break. Hill saw the signal, got it to her. One quick step, up she goes and whistled. Whistle following. That's on Dobson. It's just her first of the night. We'll send Griffin to the foul stripe.
And Brittany Griffin is this game's leading scorer. The Lady Lions trail by 18 points, but Brittany Griffin now with 15 on the night is the leading scorer for either team. She's 3 for 3 from the line, 6 for 7 overall.
Off the bench.
She has 6 rebounds, so inching ever closer to her second double-double in these many games. So Brittany Griffin putting in some quality minutes, and
the southpaw puts both in and looks good doing it. Nice form. I like to see good form in free throws. That tells me that she's got a good jump shot as well to follow when the clock's moving. So she puts 2 more in, cuts the lead to 17. Hankins out to Bratchett, who will back things up. No pressure. Now here's a little bit of pressure from the Saints. They backed off a moment and then brought it. Bratchett for 3. Not a good look. On up ahead for an easy 2. Alicia Crump got past Bratchett. And the pressure, it never stopped him all night long. The Saints looking to make a statement. Lugo tries to split the defense and whistles come flying, and one of the 2 bumped her. It's going to be number 10. That's going to be Sam Offord.
That'll send her to the line for the 1-and-1. That's the 8th foul against the Saints.
She's a junior from Kaufman, Texas, a transfer from Collin College. Front end's no good of a 1-and-1. Turn the ball back over to Our Lady, leading by 19. About 6:40 left. Is a 3-point shot. Rattles in and out. Offensive boards, Flores. Near the elbow, drive, spins, back, needs help. Finds a cutter. Off the glass, no good. Owens with the miss. Lugo looking for help. She's got Sodich. She can hit the 3. Hankins to the free throw line. Sodich fires up a 3. Here comes Our Lady. And again, Crump fouled. Bucket good. She'll go to the stripe.
We mentioned how well the Lady Saints were shooting in the first half. They shot 46% overall. Their shooting average for the game has dropped to 35%. Lady Lions actually shooting better than the Lady Saints at 38%. The difference is Lady Saints have fired up 65 shots, while the Lady Lions have fired up just 47.
And that's it right there.
But this defense has definitely stepped it up in the second half. We have not seen nearly as many easy buckets, easy layups.
It's a volume game. It's the volume of shots. Percentage means nothing if you have 20 more shots.
And doesn't take long to see where those shots come from. 13 turnovers by the Lady Lions and a +9 offensive rebound margin from Our Lady of the Lake, 19-10. So do the math real quick right there. That's 22 extra possessions for Our Lady Lake, extra scoring opportunities. And it has led to this 22-point lead as we quickly approach the 5-minute mark of this one. As the Saints will look to try to hold on to that first seed. All they can do for the next week is wait and watch and hope somebody has the key to stopping Wiley. They're going to hope it's SAGU on Saturday.
Lugo saved it at the wrong end. It's not always a good idea to try to save the ball out of bounds underneath your own basket.
Lugo somehow hangs on to that at first and forces the jump ball.
It'll stay right here. How about Griffin? 6 boards, 16 points off the bench. Really advertising for maybe a starting position or at least more playing time for next year. And at this point, you have to look at next year as well.
Well, I mean, obviously,
if you're a player for Coach Beatles,
you don't want to just pack the season up and plan for October 2013 quite yet. But as we've said, there have been promising moments that we've seen in this game and in games lately. As Griffin, under pressure, knocks it down.
And a great offensive board from Hankins, who found Griffin open on the wing. A nice 10-footer, gets it to fall, and she's on fire. 18 now tonight.
Unable to grab that offensive board, or defensive board, and the Lady Saints have another offensive board.
And a strong move. Powers past 2 SAGU defenders. Crump. And an easy steal there, and then that's going to be a whistle. A foul on Bratchett. She tripped.
Yeah, just trying to prevent
Owens.
Just trying to prevent Owens from going to the line for the easy layup. Foul is on the floor, and it's just the 6th of the half, so no free throws resulting from that one. As we are under 4.5 remaining in this one. Men's game to follow about 20 minutes after the end of this one. As I've already said, if you're in the area, come and check it out. It should be an electric crowd tonight as the number 7 Lions take on the Saints from San Antonio.
And you see in the back of your screen there the men's team for Our Lady arriving. And they'll be getting underway in just about 15 minutes at the conclusion of our game. 4:24 left in game 1. Be sure to check out our Facebook. Facebook.com/SAGU Sports Live for all the latest highlights, stats, scores, information on all SAGU sports when in season. Right now, the big number is number 7 and number 2, meaning number 7 team in the nation, NAIA Division I, the men's, and number 2 is the magic number. Any combination of SAGU wins and losses from LSU Shreveport will secure the number 1 seed for Southwestern.
And that would secure a spot in Kansas City. We hope to be keeping our eyes on the action in Hawkins, Texans. We're keeping it on right now, obviously, hoping LSU Shreveport can pull off a win against the Lady Bulldogs of Jarvis Christian. At the moment, they lead by 13, so it looks like the Lady Lions will stay tied with Jarvis at the 9-10 spot. We hope to bring you updates also on that game, as theoretically the Lions could clinch a national tournament berth tonight. We'll have more of that for you in the pregame show that will follow the Lady Lions game.
And Sam Alford, a strong move to the right, whistled on the foul. is Kroc will send offer to the line. Bucket was good. 73-47. It's Kroc's second foul. Each team now with 8 fouls in the second half, both in the bonus. Really impressed him with the overall speed and the decision making of Coach Minter's ball club. There's a good chance this team could go deep in postseason tournament play beyond the Red River.
Well, that is definitely their intention. They were in the national tournament last year, and they definitely want to be back there and competing with the top women's talent in the nation.
And this press still, there's just no let up. And look at that, all the way down the court, knocking off would have been a wide open shot from Griffin was Flores again. That full court press working clear down from basket to basket pays off. Hill for 3. Draws nothing but air. And here come the Saints with a chance to go up by 29 or even 30 if a 3 ball is hit. But I don't see their 3-point artist on the floor. Mercedes Dobson, who likes nothing but 3s.
Well, at one point she was 4 for 9, I believe, but she's missed her last 7, dropping her to 4 for 16 on the game. But shooting percentage does not mean much in this game.
Offered another move and steal, lays it up and in. She looks hurt coming off the court. A timeout from Coach Beatles. Down 29 with 3:28 remaining in our ball game. If you're near the campus, get out here soon because you can get yourself a purple glove. Now, I'm upset because I don't get mine. I've been here for an hour and a half, so I'm going to file an official grievance, but I've got my issues. But you come on out, get you a free purple glove as it's time to rally the troops and pull for the Lions in a tough matchup tonight against the Saints of Our Lady of the Lake.
It should definitely be a thriller. The Saints coming off a tough loss on the road Monday night against Bacone. Obviously, the Lions haven't played since Saturday when they took it to the Paul Quinn Tigers. A game that was tight for the first 10 minutes or so, and then the Lions just erupted. At one point, went on a 38-8 run, left the Tigers in their dust. And if you have not seen the highlight reel from that game yet, you are missing out. Like us on Facebook, facebook.com/SAGU Sports Live, and check that one
maybe
out.
The dunk of the year.
Maybe the dunk of the year. I mean, it's definitely
gets my vote.
It gets my vote for sure as the SAGU dunk of the year from Mike Noellaway. So be sure and check that out on Facebook.
The men, Our Lady of the Lake leads that series against SAGU 6-2 all time. Layup no good from Hill. Strong move left side, left hand, finger roll, rattles her on the rim and falls.
The Lady Saints now have their largest lead of the night at 31.
It was 19 a few moments ago. Not anymore. 31-point advantage. Under 3 to play here at the Schaefer Center. The men won the first game against the Saints 77-70 down in San Antonio. Looking to sweep the series this year. Nice inside pass. That was to Lauren Zoldi. She's getting some minutes off the bench. Had good post position on Cox. Ball is turned over, though. We'll give the Lions the ball back. Watch out for the 5-second call. Cox over to Kroc. 2:37. And the Saints stay in that man-to-man defense. No zone defense here. And there's Griffin again. She's got 18 now, 18, 19.
20.
She's got 20 now.
20 points. Brittany Griffin does a great job getting inside. Good ball movement to find her down low.
Leading all scorers. Zoldi. Right-hand hook, no good. Making the most of her opportunity in the game. with at least some good looks. None's fallen yet, but she's trying to impress her coach for sure with some inside post play. Now here comes Kroc with 13 left. Over to Sodich for three. Got it! Jessica Sodich.
That's her first mate of the game, just her second attempt. She can be so great, so dangerous from beyond the arc. Able to knock one down there. We approach 90 seconds left in this one. Lady Saints safely ahead. They have been since really about 8 or 9 minutes into the first half. It's been a chasing game for the Lady Lions, and just too much of a deficit to chase when you're playing this good a ball club. Kroc out the hill, just off.
And a whistle. It's going to be a foul, a blocking foul on Cassie Cox. I believe that's her fourth foul. No need to take her out of the game with just 1:06 left. We talked about turnovers at the beginning of the game, Tim, and I mentioned that Lady of the Lake had 21 in their last game. Tonight they've got 21 turnovers. We mentioned that SAGU committed 38 turnovers in game one. Tonight they're sitting at 37, so almost a repeat, deja vu if you will, as far as the turnover game goes between these two ball clubs.
Yeah, nothing changed there, and the Lady Lions really had to have it change. And obviously the huge stat on the other end, the Lady Saints have pulled down 20 offensive boards. They have 25 second chance points to just 10 for the Lions, and 33 points off turnovers to just 15 for the Lady Lions. That is 33 combined points right there, and they're up by 28. So very clearly, that's your story. Turnovers and offensive rebounds just gave the Lady Saints too many possessions tonight. They've shot 75 times to just 55 for the Lady Lions. So even though the Lady Saints shooting average will come in a tick 1% below the Lady Lions, doesn't mean a thing when you shoot 20 more shots. Just goes off Sodich's hands. That's another turnover.
Turnover number 38. So they match their turnover number from game one. So it's exactly even at this point with 40 seconds remaining. And that's a big part of your story tonight. Just unable to protect the ball. Limits your number of shots, which goes to Tim's point. Now here's a nice inside move. A little bit too strong there from Alyssa Brown. Kroc, mid-range jumper, drains it. And now just 15 seconds remaining in the ball club. 80-54, your score.
Lady Saints will hold on to it and run the clock out. They will move to 27-2 on the season. They will end their Red River run on the season at 20-2. And it's now a waiting game for the Lady Saints to see what they need to do to make the national tournament. Your final, Lady Saints 80, Lady Lions 54. We will have men's pregame for you in just a few minutes, so don't go anywhere. Stay right here on SAGU Sports Live.